Hi, my name is Ming, and I feel like, wow, it has been an amazing day. I sat through all the sessions. Oh, sat through sounds so horrible. I listened to all the sessions, and everyone has had awards, not me. Everyone has established very amazing things, not me. Everyone has very smart brains. Let's get on to our session today. So basically, I'm here very ironically at a school because I'm the best example of the worst student you're going to have, especially if you're Asian. I'm going to tell you why. My whole life as a Chinese boy, I was brought up to not like technology as it's not liking me now. I was brought up to become an architect. My dad was an engineer, still is a civil engineer. And he has these hopes and dreams of having a firm with his son. Great, yeah, cool. I mean, I did it. I mean, I love math. I did physics and such. And, you know, I thought I really was going to enjoy doing architecture. Oh my gosh. I finished high school, I finished college, and I stepped into my first day of architecture, only to drop out a semester earlier. Actually, I just did one semester, and that was it. Because I thought I liked architecture, and when I entered architecture, I knew I did not. So what next? I did what any other architect dropout will do. Psychology. I don't know how, but I entered psychology because my dad's friend was a dean of psychology. Actually, now I'm just saying that I do know how. I never meet a dean of psychology to convince you to do psychology, because he's going to do just that. I'm sorry I'm filling my mic a bit. It's kind of loose and moving around. But yes, I did psychology. And the interesting thing about these two fields is that, what? No? Architects, psychologists? No, architects see psychologists because of your work stress. And that's why I told all my friends in architecture, when you're done with your work, make your money, come to me. That's all. But I loved it because these two schools of thought made me what I am today. It's a culmination of my academic years that made my thought processes. Oh, how in the world did I end up in the creative field after doing two things like this? I always tell my friends, psychology, doing psychology and going into the entertainment business is like studying food nutrition and working in a junk food factory. It's bad. But it taught me to do one thing. Both architecture and psychology helped me learn how to structure the unstructurable, or generally unstructural. It gave me very, very huge objective capabilities when I came to try and classify something subjective. See, I don't sound too dumb, do I? Oh, that's all there is, seriously. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because creativity is probably the most subjective topic in this world, next to politics. Oh, we're not going to go there. And basically, no schools prepare you for this. If you were asked to define creativity, we've heard so many definitions today. And the more we hear about it, how I feel, we distance ourselves from creativity because it seems like this high up thing, right? It seems like a very airy-fairy subject. So, as a psych, how I'm trained is to always know what you're going to deal with. You don't start dealing with a problem until you know about it. First things we're taught to do is define an issue. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and bring down this thing called creativity to a very down-to-earth standard. It's simple. Because when we don't know, when we fail to recognize an issue, we fail to deal with it properly. And when the issue is creativity and the subject is us, don't you think it's quite an important matter to deal with as quite crucial? I mean, creativity is, we distance ourselves from the potential of what we can be creatively because we don't know what it is. Or we are scared, we've not thought about what it is. And we fear the unknown. It's only human. So I'm going to use the dictionary as a slap in the face to creativity, to define creativity. And I'm going to teach you guys how I think, or how my thought processes work. Because all the clues are there. You know, my speech is called The Secret of the Spark. Because everyone asks, where do you get your inspiration from? Where do you get this? Where do you get that? And everyone thinks the non-creatives think, oh, I can't do that. It's too arrogant, happy. I don't know. But I'm telling you, no. It's a very simple secret. But instead of defining creativity first, I'm going to define what the spark is. The creative spark. We're going to use the dictionary, the welcome class. Today we're going to go to definition 1. This is like the side class. From the Oxford Dictionary, the first definition of a spark is a fiery particle thrown off from a fire, or produced by striking together two hard surfaces, such as stone or metal. Pretty simple, right? Who doesn't know this? Come on. Who doesn't know what a spark is? Please raise your hand. Alright, cool, we're good. That's it. And what do you take from this? See, I know a lot of really good creatives, but are they smart in expressing themselves? That's what distances creatives from, well, I would say, people who don't practice creativity much. So I'm going to begin this winding down process. The first definition is one of the first early signs of what a spark should be. I like that part. Do I have a laser? Produced by striking two hard surfaces. That means these particles of creativity are created by an impact. When I was doing my final year in psychology, I graduated in social psychology. I had a thesis in subliminal coding, priming. Sounds smart, that's the only smart thing you're going to hear from me today. So that proves you, I did study a bit. I was really sick of it. Because all I was doing was studying, doing statistics, research, and one day we had a flash flood in my university. And half the cars got submerged, including my friends. And when my friends wanted to claim insurance for their cars, you know what the university told them? Oh, we can't do that. Why? It's an act of God. I was like, now you believe in God. Yeah, cool. And that hit me because, like, I can't do anything about it, and I was trained to be a psych. I wanted to do something about it. So I took out my phone, opened a notepad, put on 5 points, and I wrote my first vlog. Vlog is a video log, which under any normal circumstance, looked like a mad person talking to himself, recording himself in the room by himself, and I put it online. But the thing is, it impacted me in some way that made me want to do something about that issue. And that's the first definition of spark. It impacts. And people think, oh no, to be inspired, I have to go to a field somewhere and sit down under the waterfall? I don't know. No. Inspiration hits. It's called when inspiration hits. See, even the English scholars left us clues and blueprints of creativity. It's called inspiration hits. That spark comes out, right? In the shower, on the throne, in toilet bowl. These are the places where inspiration hits. Not in fields or deserts. In deserts, your survival instinct should come into play, not your inspiration, But that's when inspiration hits. It's not an airy-fairy thing. It hits. Definition 1. The second definition of a spark is a small amount of a quality or an intense feeling. The only way I'm going to explain this is it got to you. That's it. Okay, I come from a government school. And talking like this is out of the norm. People talk, I love today, you want to do what? I'm okay, how are you? Yeah, I grew up in that, and we're an international school now, and everyone's like, oh, good day, how you doing, mate? I'm like, oh, I don't know. And what happened was, my brother, he entered university as well. And he came back one day and said, Ko is a big brother in the Chinese, okay? Ko. I said, what? I met these 2 girls today. And I'm like, good. No. They were speaking weird. Because when I asked them, hi, my name is Ming, I heard them talking in some American accent. I'm so sorry, guys. And in a very Western accent, and they were Chinese girls. So my brother asked, "Hey, are you guys local?" And the girls like, "Yeah, we're local." My brother was like, "Oh, cool. Oh, do you go overseas? Have you studied overseas? You know, migrated back?" "Oh, no, we're from Petaling." My brother's like, "Where do you get your accent from?" "Oh, we have an uncle staying in New York." I was like, "What? The uncle FedExes the accent back at me?" Seriously? But it got to me. It got to me, and I realized that we all have that one friend, if you're an Asian in this country, that has a fake accent. Why? I mean, seriously, I've been to the Philippines, my friends have been to India, and they don't come back, "Hello, Ming Han, how are you doing, you?" But when they go to Australia, when they go to England, they come like, "Hey, good day, mate." I'm like, "Oh, no, you're not my mate." I got really irritated, and like, why do people do this? Why? So, I said, since you're very Asian and very reserved, I'm not. So why don't I make a video about it and I complain for you? Because that got to me. And sure enough, when we did the video and put it online, people started sharing that video, tagging their friends who had the fake accent. He's like, "Hey Andy, take a look at this." And like, "Andy, oh, it's so funny. What's it about?" No. And then it got to you. So that spark, when there is a spark, it should ignite some feeling in you. See, simple. It impacts you. It gives you some sort of feeling. Straight. This one of the speakers talked about it, and I was like, "Whoa, we just used the same word as I did. I'm on the right track." This is my favorite definition of a spark. It ignites. It should ignite. To stir into activity. That is the definition of a spark. Why is it called a spark? It has potential. It overcomes potential to go forward to a flame. It produces a reaction, a spark. It's that where fire comes from. At the end of 3.5 years of doing psychology, I was faced with one very tough question. Do I do psychology? Would you study 3.5 years for a job that doesn't exist? If I told you, you can go to ISKL and get, IB. And I have a job opening as a unicorn trainer in my group. Would you do it? No. Oh. But that was what I faced. I had a chance to do something. I had a spark. I had a whole bowl full of sparks that like, oh my gosh, I want to burn something with this. But my deal was, how in the world do you become a Malaysian YouTuber? That does not exist. That does not. Exactly, that's what my mom did. Because my mom always told me, "Ming Han, if you're going to make people laugh, make them pay you for it." I'm like, But really, that was my challenge. And I believe this is what defines, when I meet people who say they're very inspired, who say they're very, "Oh, I want to do this," I look for this. I look for the third definition. What does it call into being? What does it ignite? The third telltale of a creative spark is that it should bring into existence some activity. As we know. See? 3 definitions. Very simple. Something has to impact you. Something has to give you a feeling. And it should stir into motion something else. That's why it's called create. Let's go into the last one before I run out of time. I'm going to try and tackle this really hard subjective word, creativity. It's a very scary word for West Asian people because we don't know what it is. We know accounts. Creativity, no. I mean, to define creativity, I want to take a step back for a while. Every one speaker has been talking about creativity, right? The guy who made the pirate ship MRI for the kids. The guys who made sustainable buildings for people. You know, the woman who made education for kids. You see, the secret of the spark, in my opinion, it's not something too hard. It's not something too complicated. For something to have an impact, there has to be contact. And that is my secret of the spark. There is no secret formula. I mean, there was a formula earlier on, but its premise is on one simple thing. Whoever you are, be it Picasso, or be it a mom trying to figure out what to cook for her kids for lunch, that is your inspiration. That is creativity. To create is to be connected. That is the secret of the spark. I can't create anything if I'm not connected to a hobby, an issue, a human, group of people, an activity. I can't. How do people create pirate ship MRI? Because they want to help someone. How do people create recyclable buildings? Because they want to help someone. They're connecting with an issue. And that is all you need. You don't need years of class. You don't need fancy brushes. You need that connectivity. Because in essence, the secret of the spark is a very simple secret. It is not an airy-fairy trade secret of creative that want to hide it from the world and say, no, we created them. Because whatever belief or faith you have, we are called creations. And be it from evolution or from a high deity, we are creations. And that simple blueprint promises one simple thing. As mammals, we are collective animals, we are communal. And because we're called creations, as long as we stay true to that premise and we are connected with other creations, we are promised some kind of creative premise. We are called creations because we can create. And that is the secret of the spark to me. To be connected. To know what creating is, you need to know what to create. To know what to create, you need to know what creations need. And that, I think, is the secret of the spark. Just to be connected. And I think that's an idea worth sharing today.